Look at you now, boy. Look at you now. Before the Bell podcast, slamming all comers. Bloodlines, crime time, real bathwater. The boys' mind burns a CT. On your way to the count, 1, 2, 3. For the Bell podcast. Before the Bell podcast. Bell ringers.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you
Yes.
are now watching the greatest wrestling podcast of all time. What is that? Before the Bell. Who am I? Main Event CT. And I got to tell you something before we get started, ladies and gentlemen. We said we were going to do something last week, and it is being implemented today. What is that? That every episode that gets premiered, which everybody who's watching live, thank you. If you're watching a premiere on Monday morning, also thank you. But we said if you're watching a premiere episode, and you give money in them comments, we're going to thank you. So right now, I want to start that off. Esville Dandridge with $10 says Solo's the new Sammy, carry the business with no rewards. Wicked Nation came in and donated. Appreciate that love. And B Master 84 gave $9.99 and says, am I the only one that feels like night one was trash? And they redeemed themselves with night two. These are facts. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, the super chats are now open. We cannot do the show without you guys because studio time has gotten expensive, and we are at zero from Wrestlemania. So if you can donate the super chats, we will thank you for everything, and we will give you special love for very substantial amounts of the super chat because we appreciate your hard-earned money. We are here for you guys. With that said, to my left, this is my partner in crime. This is my guy. This guy's a legend. I call him Dark Kent. Y'all call him Chris. We all call him the Shirt Goat. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Burns. How are you, man?
Burns. I'm really trying to get that going.
I see it. You're trying to get it over. I like
This
it.
is what I want.
Okay.
I want us to do live shows.
Yes.
And that's what I want to happen.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to carve your own legacy.
You do have to carve your own
Every
legacy.
now and again.
You know, if I could choose something that I would like to get over when we do the live show,
Yes, yeah.
it would be the Montez.
Listen, brother.
That.
We got
It's similar to the
I got a
Blade
lot to
Ice
say
Wood.
about Montez today.
Really?
Listen, bro.
Yes.
We watch.
We'll get there. We
get
actually
there.
have to start with that because we just did the the Mania episode.
Yeah.
And we talked about everything leading up to
We
Raw.
got so caught up.
By the way, we are finishing our story, parts 2, 3, 4, and 5
Yeah.
of our Mania trip that we are doing exclusively for the patrons. If you have not signed up, if you thought the story that we told y'all before was something, this is going to be crazier because we get to be free with it. Patreon.com/Before the Bell podcast. Make sure you do that. We're also making some calls to some people we owe some calls to from the Patreon Bell Ringer fan base. With that said, are we starting with the super chats? All right, bet. Ladies and gentlemen, super chats are open. Let's get to it. In the meantime, Smackdown
Yep.
happens. It starts off John Cena, Randy Orton. Randy.
It just got cold in here. Whatever.
Yeah. You know, every flock has a nest, and every nest has an inkling of what feeding looks like. Every now and then, people think that being someone means you're being no one, but being no one means you're everybody, because everybody is a little bit of nothing, and nothing is eternal. Quote the Martin, nevermore.
Quote the Martin.
Were you trying to follow that? He said every nest
Yes,
has a flock. Every flock has a nest. A
Yeah.
flock is a nest.
that's a fact.
No.
No.
Because it was Raven's Nest in ECW, then it was Raven's Flock in WCW. So I guess I follow. But you said some things that I don't know if the math was yeah.
I want to give you this. 2 things. Number 1, nice shirt.
Yeah.
Number
Thank
2,
you.
the hair, the mustache, and the beard. That's your look, boy. That's your look right there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Don't mess this up. This is your look.
Stay right there.
You better take some pictures with this.
Yeah.
You better go get some black girls with this.
The Colonel beard.
This is
That's a good default.
this is your look,
Yeah.
man.
You don't have no jean shorts to do this? Don't lie to me and say you don't have jean shorts. Just don't even think about a lie. Just say where they are. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't have ripped jeans
Yeah,
shorts.
What?
I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
have jean shorts that were Daisy Duke style.
You know what's interesting? Jeans easily become jean shorts.
Yes,
You know,
just a pair of scissors.
everyone has that.
You one cut away.
Everyone.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
I didn't want to mess up my jeans.
What was that at the end? What was the eyebrow? You went
Yeah,
to Martin dust.
There's a sexual element to this.
Man, you be getting creepy,
this
boy.
Raven that's a little. Well, it's supposed to be like depressed.
Yeah.
Not like, turned on.
BDSM.
Yeah.
All right, hit the super
What do you-
chats, Mark, before we continue this thing. Number one, I want to thank Kim Gilmore, $20.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
This is a little backwards because I'm paying y'all to say this. Shout out to the bell ringers. We have some people, myself included, starting new careers,
Yes.
becoming becoming homeowners, and our very own beautiful Day got her master's,
Yes,
y'all.
indeed.
What?
Yeah.
I was in
Congratulations.
Discord and
Hey.
saw that. I'm glad you did that, Kim, because I was gonna say something for sure.
That's such a blessing. Congratulations. And homeowner. Look at this.
Look at
I
this.
love the community thriving.
They accomplished, man.
Yeah, man. These are fully adult people.
Absolutely. Like I said, ratchet but classy.
Ratchet
Yeah.
but classic.
What?
Pardon me?
Ratchet but classic.
Okay.
Like,
You know what's funny? I know you're trying to do like the Raven nonchalant.
yeah.
It's not comfortable.
It's not, yeah.
I don't look
This
look
is so
comfortable.
not your personality.
Yeah. You look like you have to take a serious deuce, like the craziest deuce.
I don't know how to respond to that.
You look like you want to be a painter, but you don't know how to paint. Yeah, let's just
Have you ever dabbled in watercolors?
Oh
It's
man. Tyrone Handon, take it away.
$9.99.
Just wanted to give love to the new studio. Is that Red Velvet Champagne Room vibe?
That is a
I like
good
it.
call.
Okay, I like
that.
Mark, you gotta call it the Red Velvet Room from now on. Oh,
The
is that
Gentleman's Club? I don't know how I feel about that.
right? Yeah.
Lucky
BX,
BX.
Yeah.
$15.
Says, what up, fellas? The Rock got us feeling like Will when Lou let him down. Why he don't want us, man? Finish the damn stories, Rock.
Oh man,
You're right.
I got a lot to say on that, bro.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Don't stop. Keep going, Mark. Hold
Yeah.
up with the pen on that one. JP runs this. Go ahead, Martin.
With a $10 says, been a while since I donated. Just watched the TLC match and it was greatness as expected. Should have been on Mania. We agree. Zelina winning was a little surprising as well. Salute to the cast and the bell ringers.
Big facts.
I love it.
Big facts.
Uh,
B Master
yeah.
84, 1999. Who had to sell a kidney for y'all to go to WrestleMania? Hilarious. Look, I happen to know some people. So
I want to say this because we don't address negativity often.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
There was a comment. This guy's like, "Yeah, see these so-called celebrities sitting in these seats. These ain't even good seats for celebrities." And I was like, I wanted to respond back and be like, "Where were your seats?" That was the first thing.
Yeah, I was saying.
That's what I wanted to say.
Let me see that screenshot.
The second thing that I was thinking was like, wow, I guess we really didn't have a great visual comparison of where our seats were to where everyone else was,
Right.
because our seats were primetime real estate.
Absolutely incredible.
And we were literally in a celebrity section.
Right.
So it was like, this is crazy. And then for Raw after Mania, we were in the Netflix skybox.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm like, man,
Free food, free drink is like,
People's perception is interesting.
perception,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
and that's why you should never really live by people's perception of what your reality is.
Internet's not real. I
It's
say it all the
not
time.
real.
You know
Keep
what I mean?
going, Mark.
Only thing that's real is wrestling.
Facts.
Yeah. Prodigal Simpson with
Yeah.
a $10 says, I've missed the streams the last week. Triple milk. All right. I know your eye was going buck wild. Unk dancing in the sand with the milk. All right. What?
Have you ever
Oh,
done
no.
it? You ever done Sandman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Okay.
did say, man.
Last summer. I went through like an ECW month.
Oh, that's right. But you
Yeah.
didn't have milk and you just like pouring it. That would instead of beer.
Milk wasn't around yet.
Yeah.
for that.
It wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Yet. Oh yeah.
Why would I pour it? I can't pour things in the studio.
Get
that off the screen, Mark.
Mark is a
When
rascal.
we do a live show, you should come out to Inner Sandman with cartons of milk. That would be incredible.
I'm not playing into this milk.
Utterly incredible. All right, niggas don't want moments.
Oh my God.
Yo.
What's the next super chat? What's the next? I'm just going smooth move on. TC Smooth 85. First time live watcher, Unc Marvin, aka Guardian of the Milk. That's
Man,
Guardian
that's
of the
perfect
Milk.
timing.
How is
It's
that?
crazy.
Who would have saw that coming?
Yeah, come on. That was supposed to happen.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
All right.
Yeah. Boy, I sipped last night. You know what I'm talking
You know what I'm talking about.
Hey, come on.
Is that the last one, Mark? Okay, keep it going.
What we got?
Oh boy.
Beautiful
day.
Yeah. Yeah. Just sending this to say thanks for y'all for the congrats. Just shy of 25 and already got my master's.
Wow.
Man,
Yeah.
congratulations.
That's such a blessing, yo.
absolutely.
Masters, you've literally mastered your education in that field.
How
Yeah.
about it?
Welcome to the flock. You get to be the first member. Beautiful day. We need smart, intelligent people in the flock.
Yeah.
It's my new faction on the podcast.
Is that it? The flock?
Wait, the mock. That's
The
what I'm called.
mock.
No, okay.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't love it.
Give me.
Let's go back to the flock.
Okay, I'll be the flock.
I mean, ain't like Raven wrestling no more.
Yeah.
That's right.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, right?
Friend of the show.
Go ahead, Mark. F Tanner, thank you so much. We appreciate that. We'll tell you what we think about her outfit in a bit.
And CM Punk had comments about it.
Oh, yeah?
He couldn't stop talking about it.
Tell me about that in 2
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
Deuce Big below $20.
Yeah.
Woo! Shout out to the man with the prosthetic leg on SmackDown and everything about Cena and Orton segment at home and hard. Pause. That's a good pause, boy. I agree with Cena with the hashtag. Appreciate that.
That's all of them, right?
Bam. So now in order,
Yeah.
what was the first thing?
I don't remember.
On SmackDown, Cena Orton was the first segment.
No. What he
Oh.
was gonna say as far as we were addressing this. Oh, The Rock.
The Rock.
Oh, The Rock. Okay. I feel like people are blowing this way out of proportion.
Let's hear it.
Here's a couple things.
Okay.
This man was not advertised for this show.
No.
That's true.
And now I will say WWE gaslit a little bit
A little?
because they had t-shirts that said finally The Rock has come back to Las Vegas.
Okay.
But also there's precedent for that. There's a whatever City 316 shirt at every live show you go to.
Oh.
Every single one. So it's not as though they've never just done that for a popular superstar is not going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but also it's like, okay, Travis Scott was present when the heel turn occurred.
Yeah.
He's the one who smacked Cody and popped his eardrum.
Yeah.
Right?
Rock didn't even get physically involved, correct?
100%.
Yeah. I didn't even know.
So he sends his proxy, which is Travis Scott, to the ring. Would it have been better if it was The Rock? Absolutely. That's not a question. But the people who are like, oh, it doesn't make sense. He was supposed to show up. Why? Who says that the story's over with? They've been several years now in a row. WWE has been like, y'all created this narrative of WrestleMania is the end of stories. Like it's the biggest event of the year. It's not the end of the story though.
Yeah.
Like it just happens to be a construct that we have. So the fact that Travis Scott is the first entry into this part of the story, that's not that big of a deal, guys. Relax.
And it has only been a few months. So.
Rock will be there. He'll be there. Trust he'll show up again. Trust.
Yeah.
Didn't have to be WrestleMania.
Can I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Trash.
Okay.
Okay. This is WrestleMania.
Uh-huh.
This is not a random Raw.
So what?
If this was the go home show on Raw and Travis came down,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
This is WrestleMania, bro.
Sure.
I understand the logic of saying that, yo, this is not the end of the story. The story is continuously, and as I said, I know they're going to make SummerSlam a big deal this year because this is the first 2 night
nights.
year.
First
So,
time ever.
First time ever. So I
Yeah.
know they're building to something, but at the same time, I'm not even saying The Rock had to get physical. Just let your music hit. This was Easter Sunday. Ain't no business being conducted on Easter Sunday. You understand me? The rabbit ain't even dropping them eggs off like that.
Hey, man.
So for him not to have shown up and Travis be there giving that slow ass walk annoyed me.
Listen.
Yeah.
If WWE uses my song that often,
Yeah.
I'm getting a full entrance. You understand what I'm saying? I'm walking down with my replica belt. I'm walking down with my merch. You will see every step I take in slow motion. Do you understand me?
Scott.
I get it.
You know what you're gonna hate even more when he's in the video game,
Right?
He has the same like the
When-
Undertaker style.
When he got that tag
Yeah.
match with him and The Rock versus Cody and Bad Bunny. Yeah, it's coming. Oh, I believe it's coming.
So the second thing was, and mind you, we're starting with SmackDown because we just talked about Raw already. However, I'll start SmackDown by saying this. Sheamus was not on the WrestleMania card.
No.
Yeah.
Sheamus has been gone for a while.
Yeah.
And it's
Since,
interesting because
Saturday Night's
it
Main Event.
just made me think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheamus was not involved in anything.
Dog, where were you gonna put him? Exactly.
But it's just they signed him to a 3-year deal.
Yeah, man.
Because I feel like he probably would have jumped to AEW. Like I wouldn't have minded him and Claudio like running it back.
Ugh.
You didn't like the bar?
We are the bar.
I like the tag team, but okay, that's one match you get out of them that's of interest. Then what?
You wouldn't like to see the
Yep.
bar versus Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley.
No,
Nah,
What?
that's old, bro. That's
Yeah.
like, come on, man.
that's passe.
Yeah,
They
We
didn't.
use molasses.
But AEW is just 2017 WWE.
Respect.
in a way, but it's like at least there's guys like what you call it, Fletcher and Osprey
Yeah.
and Omega, and so like I'd like to see Bobby Lashley fight. I don't want to see Sheamus really fight any of those guys.
Who in WWE do you want to see Sheamus fight?
That's the problem right
I like
now.
to see him and Braun Strowman. I like big meaty me
Yeah.
slapping meat.
Yeah.
I want to see brawls, bro. Like when I saw Braun Breaker, Braun
Bronson Reed and
Bronson
Braun
Reed
yeah.
and Braun Strowman, fire. I like to see Braun Breaker. I like to see him against Strowman. I want to
Mhm.
see every monster against every monster.
Yeah.
And I feel like monsters bring out more of the instinct, the killer instinct in Sheamus.
Yeah,
But beyond all that, I'll say John Cena, Randy Orton.
yeah.
Didn't feel. I'm glad Cody's taking a break. I'm glad he wasn't on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I feel like he deserves this break, and when he gets back, he deserves the respect he's due, bro.
Because
Look.
them boos were like insane.
Yeah, because they're pointless. Like, how did they come? How?
It was time. It was time. He just, he's been a champion for a year straight. Baby faces usually don't last that long as champion, especially in the modern era.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like you have to go away sometimes for people to miss you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's been a constant. I mean, look at Roman Reigns. Like, people love him and they don't even care that he's gone for so long at times.
Increments,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So, like, you kind of need that. Like, I hate to invoke his name, but like when Hogan was the champion, you didn't see him on TV like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You saw him at pay-per-views. And that's kind of, you keep the champion special. But Cody's around always,
Yeah.
which I
True.
respect, but also it's like, all right, brother, take
It's
a
too
break.
much, yeah.
Yeah, but I think now with the storyline, he's not needed, so he has to take that break.
Yeah.
But Randy's saying Cena needs to have some kids, and Cena said, "How dare you?"
Yeah.
He said it as if he was a woman
Yeah.
that was unable to at that certain age. And it's like, Cena, you could have kids. How?
Well, everything, Cena's whole motivation is cartoonishly like super villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he here's what I will say against The
Uh-huh.
Rock. Here's what I will say.
Okay.
The story doesn't make any sense. I will say that. The whole thing was, I want your soul. I want, you know what I mean?
That's what took me out of it.
And then it's like, okay, well, now you have Cena's soul, but you don't because you haven't
Right.
addressed it. And Cena's like, I know that you're going to crown another champion, but I'm taking this legacy. Not really, because it's another champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The belt you're holding in your hand isn't the belt that Bruno Sammartino,
No.
Hogan, Brett, Shawn held in their hands.
Yeah.
So the physical belt doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? It's the title itself.
But I get what he means though. I'm taking the idea of this legacy home with me. You'll have to restart this because this is mine. No one is beating me for it.
But that's happened before. People have been stripped of the title. People have, you know what I'm saying? People have gotten injured and abdicated and never. Finn Balor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it happens. It's not like, well, guess what? This is going with me. I have to be beat. But it's just not true.
But when it gets vacated, it's not going home with them. It's being vacated back to the company so they can.
well, if he's
uphold it.
retiring, it's being vacated, right?
But he's retiring with it because
Nah.
no one beat him and he didn't get hurt. He's just taking it.
It's like when boxers do that though. Like they
Yeah.
take the belts and they're gone. And then it's like, all right, well, so
Yeah, it's time for a new
competitors.
champion. Yeah, 100%.
Nobody loses sleep.
Yeah,
from
when
that.
Floyd retired, it wasn't undefeated. It wasn't like, and now we got to start a new legacy, write a new history book. It's like, it's still the championship.
I feel like Floyd, so first of all, his career, you can't say enough great things about it.
Yeah.
However, I feel like people want to see him be beaten so badly, like in anything. Like if he play a game of checkers, people just want to tune in to see him lose because he's undefeated, bro.
Right.
People don't like winners. Speaking of which, let's get to some winners with our super chats before we move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Domingo
Trip for $9.99.
I like that's become a thing, by the way.
What?
Domingo
Like
Trip?
now we have to say trip.
Yeah.
It's canon.
Morning, fellas. I come here in peace today. Someone was talking ish in the comments, though. Truly appreciate you guys. Love this show. Who talking ish in the comments?
Who doing that?
You don't want this smoke right here.
Yeah.
They don't want that.
Won't be
smoke.
looking into it.
Malik Williams.
Yeah. Says,
$9.99.
I appreciate the love that you fellas have for wrestling. Marty Morrow is my spirit human since he's not an animal. LOL. All right.
We're all animals in a way.
And let me tell you something. Martin is an animal.
Big facts.
Martin is a werewolf.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
If judging by his shower at
That's what I'm
Airbnb,
saying. You are.
Martin transforms at night, boy. A whole husk gets shed from you, brother.
Man.
Yeah.
I cleaned it.
I cleaned.
Yeah, 2 syllables clean is crazy.
I cleaned.
Yeah.
I did.
All right.
Prodigal Simpson, $10. Thank you, Street Profits DIY Machine Guns, for giving us Absolute Cinema for free and guarantee future Hall of Famer match for sure. I'm glad y'all brothers made it out alive, safe, and sound.
Thank you.
Yes.
Absolutely. A lot of late nights and a lot of alcohol.
Oh boy.
Keep going, Mark. Dedrick Williams. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Mark.
with the 999 it says, first of all, I don't care how famous the line is. I don't want to see no type of meat slapping, nothing, nowhere. Aside from that, first time super chatter, long time bell ringer. Y'all on your way.
Thanks,
Thank
fam.
you.
Thank
Young
you,
DW.
Love that.
Phoenix Robinson Wesley.
Yeah.
$10. Cody deserves some respect in Booker T voice. Side note, please keep doing that, CT. It's hilarious.
Yo, you know what's funny? I was watching a clip that we just dropped.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's such a funny moment, but I thought I was the only one thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. Respect. That
Stupid.
was even when he did it in TNA, nobody was giving it the attention it
Because they
deserved.
weren't, the camera wasn't even on him. He just
Right.
kept doing it. That was what made it so much funnier.
Respect. Like Booker T has such comedy timing.
Yeah.
I want to work with him on something, bro. He's funny, man. And he's funnier. If you watch LFG, he's funnier than you realize.
Oh, yeah.
He's
yeah,
naturally hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody who's been to jail is hilarious.
okay.
Yeah. It's true.
Jesus.
All right.
Everyone's got that uncle who been to jail. He's the funniest person in the family. Am I wrong?
Because that's true.
He lived his life. He's
Yeah.
been through some things.
Yeah.
You got to laugh to keep from crying, bro.
Keep going, Mark.
Him and Goldust were maybe the funniest tag team
Come
of all
on,
time.
bro.
Oh, yeah. But
Yeah.
Goldust also doesn't get enough credit. And I think Goldust fell into a category for our childhood where he was so funny that you didn't take him seriously. And then when he got to AEW, he's been taken seriously.
That's the problem with most gimmicks. You know what I mean? It's like that's why the Undertaker is so special, because those kind of gimmicks get to a point where it has to become comedy or just dropped entirely.
Yeah.
And he was able to endure. You know what I'm saying? And transform.
Absolutely. And you
evolve.
never thought the Undertaker was a joke.
No. Deuce Big Below for $10.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'd like to remind you guys that Vinnie Mac doesn't run the company anymore, so Cena can walk with that legacy and they can start a new one under Triple H. Yeah, I mean, but
That's
again, the belt, not every champion has been beaten for their title. That's the only point I'm making.
Roman Reigns wasn't beaten for the Red Universal Championship.
I'm saying.
Well, but it got,
what about those belts
it
that have
got
been
combined.
absorbed and stuff like that? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it, because it gets combined with the other title.
Right. So the current holder of the belt retires. The belt is up for grabs.
But
The one he has is probably one of 5 sitting in the back somewhere. You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, think about this. The Universal Championship was I believe that was the combination of the world title and the WWE title. That they
How
were
about
like, all right, this is WWE over here,
Yeah.
and then Universal, and then they merged that to make Undisputed.
Right.
But at the same time, they brought back the World Heavyweight Championship,
100%.
which kind of takes away from the undisputedness a little
Totally.
bit.
So Roman was never beat technically for the world title, but somehow Jey Uso is the world champion.
No.
Title lineages are all kind of cutty,
No.
bro.
The Universal title was created because of the brand split
Sure.
back in 2016, if I remember
Interesting.
correctly.
Why was this world title created?
Well, because the other world title, because they were trying to really do the brand split this time.
Oh yeah.
And the other world title had been absorbed, like when I think Orton was the one who won it, the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE title when he beat John Cena in that ladder match. So that became one title total. And then
I'm following.
and then that one had to be moved to SmackDown because
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose took it to SmackDown.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
they had to create another title,
Okay.
and then they
Yeah.
got combined because there wasn't enough.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do they count this current world title lineage in the lineage of before?
Yes.
They do, correct?
the Jey Uso,
The current
yeah.
one, yeah?
yeah,
They do, right?
Yeah.
as that
Interesting. So everything you just said just proved my point.
Completely.
Title lineages are cutty. They're super duper cutty. Pat Patterson won a fake tournament in Brazil. Or was it Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico.
Whatever it was. He won
Yeah.
a fake tournament that did not happen to
Yeah.
become the first Intercontinental champion. And there's a whole lineage based on a fake thing. So again, it's wrestling. I get why they're telling the story, but it doesn't make any sense. That's all I want
They
to
be creating
acknowledge.
titles like, I feel like WWE be like, all right, we're treating this for 5-year increments.
Yeah.
If you watch before 5 years, doesn't matter.
Yeah, don't even
We
trip.
resetting every 5.
How about it?
Because I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Stephen Logan or Steven, I think it's Steven.
I think
Steven.
it's
It
Steven.
was like Steven.
Steven
Yeah.
Steven
999.
Logan, $9.99.
Yeah.
Hey, Unks, shout out to CT for your upcoming special. Absolutely.
Thank
Hey.
you.
I'm
Appreciate that.
bringing a squad with me to the show, hoping to get the honor to meet and shake your hand.
Respect.
Yes,
You
sir.
definitely will, fam. If you there, we can meet after the show. Get a in my Martin voice. Should we get a picture?
Take it. We gotta
Bro,
tell. We
I
gotta
can't
tell the,
wait.
We gotta tell the picture story on Patreon.
God, I can't wait.
Oh my goodness.
We
gracious.
talking about that. If you're not a member of the Patreon,
Dog.
You're missing out today.
you are
bro.
missing. We're telling the
I had
stories.
forgotten about
We
that,
were on the
too.
time limit on part 1. We're
Yeah.
not on the time limit after this one. We giving it to y'all. Go ahead, Martin.
Nathaniel
Nathaniel.
Seaberry with
Yeah.
999 says The Rock wasn't advertised. It was reported months ago he wasn't going to be there. The fans got mad that he wasn't there. Jacob Fatu will be world champ by the end of next year. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Thank
bro.
you.
That's
so
my,
much
That's
for
my
that.
whole point. We can't get mad about what we wanted to happen
Yeah.
and didn't happen. That's my
Right.
only point about The Rock.
But that's every Royal Rumble. We're like, wait, why didn't AJ Lee show up?
My
Why-
guy.
she-
Come on, bro.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
put her in there.
Totally. And
with our
there's
brands, yeah.
there's time for him to tell his
Well,
story.
the difference with that is The Rock. Okay, this is what I wanted to address when you said about earlier about The Rock. And we're gonna first of all, we're gonna give you our thoughts. 999 Scooter.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
What are y'all thoughts on WWE Unreal? We got
Ugh.
some thoughts on that too.
Wow.
So this is the reason that people were upset about the Rock thing. Before Elimination Chamber, we were fine with where the story was.
Hmm.
We didn't know anything. Wasn't nobody trying to get nobody's soul. We were just ready to enjoy Elimination Chamber. The Rock comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Cody, I want your soul. Let me know at Elimination Chamber. We're like, oh, all right. Now we're like, okay, this is Mania season. This is why we're seeing him. Something must be about to happen massively and paid off at Mania. So for him to show up at Elimination Chamber, then not show up again after all of these events have happened, it was a letdown.
You're still doing it.
I'm
You're
not.
still doing it. You still at Mania. Why does it have to be at Mania?
You
It doesn't
ready?
have to be.
You ready?
Yeah.
Because WrestleMania was the next month.
I get it.
He came for Bad Blood,
I
Mhm.
get it.
random Raw and SmackDown,
Okay, so what's the next event?
Raw on
So
Netflix.
what?
That was a big event.
CT.
Yep.
So what? And it's my point. It doesn't. I get it. We in our minds do this thing like they gotta pay it off at WrestleMania. We don't know how long this story is happening. Do you know that the Tommy Dreamer Raven story lasted for 2.5 years? Like
Mhm.
things, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what the end game of this. Now I will concede.
Yeah.
He didn't need to be involved in
No.
the Cena Hill turn.
No.
I will concede that all day. This story could have been told without that.
how.
In fact, the plan apparently was that Cena wasn't going to turn until Mania,
Yeah.
which would have been
Exactly
a
what you said.
huge moment.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, look, let's The Rock does what he wants to do.
I would have preferred him to turn in Mania
Yeah.
based off of, like, yes, that moment at Elimination Chamber was massive,
Sure.
but him having a face-to-face with Cody and them cutting promos like they did
Yeah.
would have been fine.
Mhm.
And then at Mania, Travis Scott coming out, the belt,
Probably wouldn't
bam.
even been no Travis Scott.
I
Yeah.
hope, thank God.
You know what I mean?
Nut shot.
Well, they
Yeah.
showed the rough draft for Mania 41 on the trailer for Unreal, and it was supposed to be Travis was supposed to tag with Rey Mysterio. Well, he was supposed to come to the ring with Rey Mysterio.
Really?
They were going to be involved, not Travis and The Rock.
So Travis is going to be involved no matter what.
Yeah. But
Anyway.
he wouldn't involved in the main event situation.
WWE Unreal, here are my thoughts
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
I love the WWE. Everybody who knows CT knows I am a WWE guy. I am so WWE. I don't watch. What did he do with us? What kind of?
He you know,
All
he
right.
making faces.
So I don't even. I don't even watch other companies if I don't have a chance. Like, it's not my preference. This is too much. I don't want to know that much behind the curtain. Tough Enough was great.
Yeah.
LFG is great because you're showing me this from a performance standpoint. How do wrestlers become superstars in WWE? But to show me that what I'm watching is such fiction takes me out of it a little bit. I'm not going to
100%.
watch it.
Because, yeah, while I think a great number of people are very curious how it goes down, it's one of those things where I don't want to know unless I'm the person doing it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to watch before every episode of Game of Thrones. I don't want to see them
Just
like
the
wrapped
writers,
in the and this when he gonna die. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see all that.
No.
Yeah.
Like, because the beauty of pro wrestling is for our buy-in,
Yes.
knowing that it's a work.
Yep.
And still buying in and still being invested in the stories and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the good thing about the curtain being peeled back in the last decade or so is that you can blur the lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
is
Too
too
much.
peels it back way too much.
Yeah.
And I'll even do a little bit further. I didn't mind. I didn't mind the show being made, but when they advertised it at Raw, and I was like, oh, there are kids here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that felt worse than like when Sable would pull
yeah.
out the Bagama Wambas, right? Because
oh no. We have to address
Is that what you call
Bagama
breasts?
You ever had that
Bagama
homie
Wambas.
who like has never had sex before and then they lied to you about it?
And then they lied to you
Yeah,
about
and that was like that's what that felt like.
it? Yo.
You with a girl and you
And then she shoot lava.
Yeah,
she shoot
yeah.
lava out of her.
You're right.
And
When your
then,
feet get hot.
yeah, they get hot.
Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Have you ever actually been?
Yeah, what you talking about, man? All the girls be on me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Ask them how them biscuits get made.
Yeah, like
What?
brother, what are you talking about?
But gumbo wambas.
Feels like a big bag of sand. Like, nah, brother.
Whew.
oh, you're
Gumbo
evil for that,
Wambas
Mark.
is crazy.
You're evil for that.
That's funny, Mark.
Oh boy, and true. Because in my mind, I see that commercial at the Raw, and I'm looking at all the kids who are there and stuff,
Yeah.
and it feels like peeling it back for us, we get it. But I think now that becomes like a question of then why are we here?
Yeah.
If all of this is,
Can I tell you something along with that?
please do.
When I was a kid, Beyond the Mat came out.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's
happening, right?
Yeah. So this is that for these kids.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. I wasn't ready for Beyond the Mat until I was 20-something. When I went back and watched it, was like, oh, okay, cool, this is dope. But as a kid, you're buying into everything that they're showing you. So it was just too much, man.
But also, I mean, are kids really gonna watch it? Are they gonna watch Unreal?
No.
Yeah.
We'll
I'm
see.
saying I don't think even as a parent you'd sit down and be like, all right, so let's watch how they write the thing. I don't even know
Yeah.
if you would even.
Oh, you'd
do
be
that.
a nerd of a kid if
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah, for real.
how is this spaghetti made, Mom? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fraxium debuts on SmackDown.
Yes.
Dude.
Incredible match. They got a LDR, Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah, the Garzas. Legado del.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
make it easy on yourself.
The names, bro. This is what I always say this, bro. This is with comedy, this is with wrestling, this is with anything. When you come up with a name, it has to be easy for everybody to say.
Mhm.
Yes.
Unless if it's not, it's like now I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So it's like that match. Here's the problem. Berto was a great performer.
He's so good.
Angel has so much personality.
Yeah.
He's a star. He had a singles match 6 months ago, and I was like, oh man, he could really be something.
Yeah.
And you already know I'm a Santos guy.
Yeah.
So it's like to see them get fed to the new team that's debuting is like, they're undervaluing these guys, man.
I mean, they ain't got no emotion right now.
Yeah.
So it's like they could eat a loss right now, and they in the same position they were before the match started. In my
I
opinion.
just don't want the future Endeavor list and them to be on.
I don't think that's the thing. I think,
I think they just signed new deals too. Not that that matters.
Oh,
'cause-
good.
I think they were just thinking who can give them the match.
Yes.
that's going to showcase what Fraxium does,
And that was a
best.
good choice.
And that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I think that's all that was.
Yeah,
Now,
I
when
don't
we
think
get
that.
to
Yeah.
undervalue conversation, we're gonna talk about Chelsea Green later.
Oh, we're going to get
And
to
I
that.
gotta lie. Oh my god!
But speaking of which, Tiffany Stratton and
Yeah.
Jade have a match
Yes.
immediately. And let me tell you something. Jade is technically the number one contender for the women's championship
in a lot of ways,
because she got beat up by Naomi with the entrance. And then we see the return of Nia Jax, who everybody's been wondering where Nia's been.
Yeah.
facts.
So
Because she got left off WrestleMania.
she got left off WrestleMania.
Do I look like I got rid of WrestleMania?
Hmm?
Do I look like I got rid of WrestleMania?
Oh, you doing the Migos thing?
Respect.
No, I thought they had better chemistry in my opinion than Charlotte. And
Yes.
Tiffany
Yeah.
had.
That's the story that
big
had been
time.
building for a year.
Yeah.
I would have even been fine with that having been a triple threat because
Mm.
yes, Charlotte won a Royal Rumble, but Nia had stake claim to the title before they had the rematch on SmackDown.
Sure.
Yeah.
But also with Nia and Tiffany, their chemistry, their story, and Nia's just a star.
Yeah.
You love to hate her.
On that rough draft sheet, it
Yeah.
was supposed to be Jade versus Nia.
Ooh.
I
For
would have loved to
WrestleMania.
seen that.
Yeah.
I wonder
But-
if that's why they did the count out finish for their Queen of the Ring match.
Could be.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I was at that
Oh.
roast of WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Nia was hanging out backstage. Hey, she's a beautiful woman.
She's
That's all I'm saying.
gorgeous.
She's just
Yeah.
a beautiful woman.
I just
She got.
hate her.
Listen,
She's gorgeous though.
she has a very unlikable outer personality.
Yes.
Mhm.
Backstage, Riz,
What?
all the Riz in the world.
I love to hear that.
It was like shocking a little bit. I was like, you ain't supposed to be like, why am I sitting uncomfortably talking to you?
Super just
You know what I mean? Like,
magnetic.
what's wrong with you? I will kiss your face in
Wow.
front of all these people.
in
Wow.
front of all these
yeah, if you
people.
keep on talking to me crazy.
On the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With tongue.
Are you all right? It's an animal, dog.
Naomi is
No,
what was
no,
that?
absolutely. There will be no growls.
Go
in my
to the super
direction.
chat,
Yeah,
Mark.
yeah. There will be 0 growls in my direction.
Sheesh.
You understand me? I'll take the
Boy, out of
benefit
control.
any and all. Animal Looks is
Oh.
made to it. This
That
man
was-
turned into Eartha Kitt. Sitting up in here. Clayton.
I was just about to say your name. Oh, how do we get it back?
That's what Nia Jax does to me, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to
You
shoot
said-
another shot at her, man.
Colonel Beard. I forgot about that.
Yeah. No, meeting her, I was
Damn,
like, oh yeah,
Martin.
Martin had no chance.
None.
Yeah, it was like worse than Liv. It was like, what you call it? Paige. It was like, yeah, this nah.
How I catch a stray.
You can't it
If
takes
you-
it never mind. Anyway.
If you were in this studio when Paige was here, it'd have been different because you would have been sweating and it'd have been a
Yeah.
little bit cooler. Because I'm freezing.
yeah.
Main event Uso $9.99. Thank you so much. The current World Heavyweight Championship is not the same lineage as previous.
Yes, it is.
That one ended in 2013 when it was unified with WWE title and became
Is
the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
When they show video packages, they bring up the old joint.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
It's
you got to
the
keep
same.
up with us. Oos. Keep going, Mark. Javi Billionaire, $20.
Hey.
Yeah.
Woo! What's good, fellas? CT, you've been saying it for months now, and it's time. Time for Tez to go solo and become World Heavyweight Champion or Undisputed Champion. Yeah, what I mean?
All right, people get a little excited.
No.
People get hyped up about things and always want to move too fast.
No.
Give this. Okay, we'll get to Tez.
Yeah, we'll get to Tez.
I will, for sure.
Okay, I will say, according to
D-Beans, thank you so much,
Wikipedia,
fam. Go ahead, Mark.
According to Wikipedia and according to the WWE.com
Uh-huh.
site, it is a different lineage.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Then why they keep again gaslighting us when showing us certain things?
You know, they just want us to be
They
excited.
They don't know. They know what it is at the moment in which they telling you.
Because there's been like 5 dudes who've had this one. So,
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But they made, well, you know, Butt's Thoughts, $9.99. Thank
Yeah.
you. Martin the what?
Yeah. The big, what did you say? The gazabos?
Oh, yeah, the Gazumbas.
Bazumba Goombas, or
That's
whatever I said.
Even worse.
Boy, oh boy.
Go ahead, Martin.
The boyoyoings, you know what I
him
mean?
And his cousins when they was 8.
I beg your pardon.
Zumbas.
That, what does it say, SETI?
Yeah,
SETI Low Production with the 999 says, love the podcast. Why Randy Orton was talking to John Cena like Lamar from GTA 5 was talking to Franklin in the beginning of the video game. Love you guys. Have a blessed day. Hey, you have a blessed day as well, my friend.
Set it low.
Main event Uso back for $9.99.
Yeah.
Yeet. Told y'all.
It's facts.
I mean, you know.
So just when you think you're going to see Jacob and Solo at Backlash.
Yeah.
You see LA Knight, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Not Solo. LA, Drew McIntyre going one-on-one for the number 1 contendership. Drew McIntyre wins, which is good.
Yeah.
Because we had just seen LA Knight, and he doesn't need to go for a 3rd U.S. title. He needs to go towards that main event picture.
Yeah.
But we know it's occupied with Cena for at least some months.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you something? A crazy premise, I think.
What you got?
So LA Knight should have been put in that same position that Braun Breaker was on Monday by having, and maybe they could do this at Backlash, but I think LA Knight should side with Cena. We talked about it the opposite last week, right?
Yeah.
Of LA Knight going against Cena because they tag teamed that one time, but I think LA Knight would be elevated by turning. He's a much better heel.
Yeah.
And
I've never seen this heel work.
oh, he's so good as a heel.
Yeah.
Any more yes?
He still does
that.
Yeah, he does all the joints.
He's
yeah.
the epitome of he doesn't change his personality based on whether he's
That's
heel or
funny.
face, which that you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's who you're fighting is what makes you a heel or face.
Got
really. Since Steve Austin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but him screwing over Randy Orton, I think, would push him to the moon, and it'll finally get him away from that U.S. title picture.
I love that. He can have a real meaningful feuds with main eventers.
Yeah.
Again, I'm with that, but you know what else I'm with?
What's that?
The fact that we got a new U.S. women's champion.
Yes.
Woo! Zelina finally got justice, boy.
Yeah.
This is overdue for 2 years, bro. You know, I don't know if you know this. I'm a Zelina guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Love
Zelina deserved this since Backlash. She was facing Rhea. All right?
Mhm.
You fix your face.
Yeah,
when you talk about our new U.S. champion.
The rest of what you got to say.
I don't like that the way the match was. It just seemed like an okay match. It didn't seem like the stakes like when she had her women's world title match.
Mhm.
But this was still a solid match. Of course, the win was we didn't expect that at all.
Mhm.
And I think Chelsea is ready to elevate as well because she's always going to be the first ever U.S. women's champion. She's white hot right now.
Yeah.
Chelsea is ready for main event status because we know she can carry a program. She did not, even though she lost the title, she didn't lose anything by losing this title. Let's hear it, Burns. What you got for us, Burnsy?
Here's the deal. Check this out.
Yep.
I respect to Zelina Vega all day long. I'm a Zelina Vega guy too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Here's a unique skill set that she has.
Yeah.
Regardless of how over she is at
Mhm.
any given time, when she has a match, she can get you into the match.
Yes.
And you're cheering for it, and the near falls, and you think it might happen. Like you said, Chelsea's white hot right now.
White hot.
The whole gimmick. She's the U.S. champion. She's got the Secret Service. Like, it's the whole thing. It's built around that title.
Yeah.
And you take it from her for someone who's not over right now?
Well,
meanwhile, you got Bird Person on Monday Night Raw with the Intercontinental Championship.
Bird Person.
Yeah. Like, get Zelina over there and take that belt. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
You don't take it from Chelsea Green.
She
All right.
should have taken the Intercontinental Shot, but they moved her to SmackDown. What are you going to
Aleister
do?
Black
Move
is
her back.
Yeah, she wants to be with her husband.
It's wrestling. You can put them wherever.
He could have been on Raw, too.
Yeah, he could have debuted on Raw.
Because he don't really fit on SmackDown. His
aesthetics,
style.
yeah, looks for red, yeah.
Yeah, dog. No. We don't need Rick Sanchez's best friend hogging that title. We need put Zelina over there. You let her do something with it. Chelsea had so much more legs with this character.
Mhm.
How long has she been the champion now?
That was what, January?
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
not been that long.
You
dude.
ready for
She
this?
She didn't have a WrestleMania match with
She
the
didn't.
title.
I'll give you this. Zelina Vega. I'm sorry, Bird Person, Lyra Valkyria. Lyra and them doing all of this to elevate. This goes just like they're doing with the men's titles.
Yeah.
They elevate the Intercontinental Championship way more than the U.S. Championship.
Yeah.
And that's been prevalent.
Yeah.
So when you see Zelina now get the U.S. title, it's like, great. Hopefully she can make it relevant. But Chelsea was making that joint
She's
fire.
already making it relevant. That's
Lyra's
what I'm
not
saying.
making the women's
No.
IC title.
I don't know. Just I was reminded of at WrestleMania when Becky Lynch was making her entrance,
Yeah.
and Lyra was just on the ropes, just
With
doing
her wings
this.
up.
Yeah.
She just kept doing this for
Yeah.
like 7 minutes straight.
Yeah.
It's giving Red Rooster. It's like
It
this
did
is
not
bad.
even fit the music.
At
It was-
all.
Stop
Oh!
it. It's horrible.
She's like, "You gonna see these wings, boy? I'm
Yo.
trying to
You know what I
get."
mean?
The crowd is rarely wrong. They've been wrong for two people over the past 2 months, but they were not wrong to cheer Becky Lynch for attacking Lyra.
Big facts.
Because also she wasn't even selling being attacked. She's just
Yeah.
looking at
She
her.
had her eyes wide open, yeah. Like she was invincible
what are you
and didn't know that
doing?
she was. You know
What's
what I mean?
happening?
Yeah.
Wait, CT do it again.
It's like-
No, but facts. We were in the group chat like, why isn't
Yeah.
she selling?
Oh,
Oh,
my
it was
God.
so bad. It
Woo.
was so bad.
Oh, it's so
yeah,
funny.
give Zelina that title, dog. That mess. Oh,
It was
man.
so bad. But so we see that moment.
Mhm.
We know that Jacob Fatu is that guy. We see
Yeah.
now Zelina is the new U.S. Women's Champion.
I'd watch Sheamus versus Jacob.
That'd be a fire
There you go.
match.
I
Yeah,
would,
move
but
on
here
there.
Jacob can fight anybody.
Anybody,
That-
of
so it's not
course.
even fair.
Yeah.
I watched Jacob fight a paper bag. If they owed him money.
I'd watch him fight Lyra.
All right, what's
Imagine if Jacob started fighting the women's division. That'd be insane.
Let's go to the super
Utterly
chat
insane.
before we get some letters.
which you can do in the new WWE 2K25.
That you can.
You can. I love that.
Yeah.
Carlos for $9.99.
Yeah.
Let R-Truth turn heel when he grows up to be like Cena. All right, I've already prefaced this.
Let's hear it.
I brought it before. The heartbreak y'all getting ready to feel
Yeah.
when Truth takes this ass whipping from John Cena, boy.
Yeah.
It's just like when we knew at some point the bloodline was gonna beat the brakes off of Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
We knew it. He knew it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when he finally kicked Roman, it was like, I'm sorry. Because I know what's
Yeah.
getting ready to happen. It's the same thing. R-Truth is gonna defend this man
It hurts.
to the ends of the earth, and it's gonna get bad.
But
Yeah.
incorporate that more. We haven't seen Truth on television
Well,
a
they
lot.
just interacted on SmackDown for the first time.
Cena
Yeah.
and Truth.
Cena and Truth.
Yeah, backstage.
He said, if you need any help, I'm always here for you. And Cena just went, ugh, and just walked away.
Yeah.
That's gonna get that's gonna continue.
They got to play that off.
and it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad.
Yeah.
I mean, based off some like information we have learned, I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
wonder if that is how, how
'Cause
they
I don't see
write him
I
off.
wouldn't turn Truth heel.
No, you
I
don't need
wouldn't
to
do
do that.
Did you
Yeah.
miss the last one?
No, that was the truth one.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. But the next one, main event Uso.
Woo!
999 says LA Knight Money in the Bank. I still think Carmelo should get it, but
Whoever it is has to cash in on Cena
yeah.
because the last two cash-ins have been on the U.S. Championship. I mean, I'm sorry, the World Heavyweight
Heavyweight.
Championship.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, give it to Rollins. Money in the Bank.
What?
Give
No,
it to
not
Rollins.
again. He don't need it.
Why?
Drew didn't need it either.
Rollins, he has Paul Heyman, but he doesn't have a championship.
Yes.
The championship is being occupied by two big main event stories. Him being the looming threat with the belt and Heyman, that's the main event story right there.
He could also just challenge Jey Uso for the title.
And
But
win.
that's so easy. That's so
It-
easy.
You know what is also easy?
Yeah.
Money in the Bank. Let me cash in on Jey Uso.
Right.
Seth Rollins can beat Jey Uso without having to cash in on him.
It's a better story than him having the Money in the Bank. Because it elevates the act. Like, I'm always like looking at the act. Like, that's why I was saying that I don't think Chelsea should lost the belt. The act that she's currently has is greater than what Zelina's doing.
Okay.
And Rollins walking around with Heyman like, I'm gonna challenge for it's like, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if he has the Money in the Bank, it could pop off at any moment.
It needs to be newer superstars that
Yeah.
need the rub.
Why?
Seth is already the guy. You can have Carmelo get it or LA Knight get it or somebody that needs to be elevated because that's what it was made for
You
in the first
think
place.
any of them are gonna win the title the next year? Honestly.
Who? Carmelo
You think
or
Carmelo
LA
is going to
Knight?
be a world championship in the next year?
Carmelo could be world champion, yes. WWE champion,
Yeah,
no.
not saying.
But
Y'all-
LA Knight could be WWE
You know what I love
champion.
about y'all?
What you know?
Optimism. Because, you know what I'm saying? We looked at the card this year
Yeah.
and look at the WrestleMania card last year.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like a whole lot of new superstars made it to the main event of WrestleMania. Y'all crazy as hell. $2,500.
That was such a grandma.
Oh, wow.
Y'all crazy as hell.
Just saw the replay of night one and how they mentioned Lucha Underground was crazy in the Ray Phoenix match. Yeah, they've been listening. They've been mentioning New Japan.
Yep.
They've been mentioning Lucha Underground, even all kind of stuff.
Everybody they want to buy.
How about it?
Yep.
How about it?
Everybody but that one guy.
Yeah,
Woo!
right. Martin.
Black Vato with the 999 says Boricua,
Oh,
Puerto
right
Rican
on,
flag.
Right on.
I love it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, fam.
Yeah.
Javi billionaire, $10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris, don't be a hater now. I was just cutting out the middleman. Mostly like they will put the IC or US title on him, then world heavyweight or US title because he's a star.
Yeah. This one's again, when we get to the Taz conversation, we'll hash this out.
Yeah, we get into it.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Mina Sassano for $10.
Yeah.
Beautiful name.
Absolutely. R-Truth gonna turn heel and catering to protect Cena at all costs. I don't want him to.
He doesn't need to turn heel.
Did you read what she said?
Yeah.
R-Truth gonna turn heel in catering
Yeah.
to protect Cena.
Wow.
I mean, that's a funny thing.
Yeah.
Him defending Cena to the other superstars.
Right.
Yeah.
But as far as him actually turning heel and getting in on the act, I don't want
Yeah, I
that.
don't
No.
want that either.
Yeah.
Unless it's just a build-up to get him beat down.
Right. Deuce Big below $10.
Yeah.
Y'all leave Chicken Boo alone.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Yo.
Sean Batiste.
Batiste.
Yeah, that 999 says, you brothers are great. You've helped me rekindle my love for wrestling. Much blessings.
This
Thank
show has
you.
also helped rekindle that for me, man. Like
Yeah.
I love talking about it because before the show, I didn't have anybody to talk to about it. You know what I mean?
That's self-inflicted because you're like, I don't want to talk about it before we record the show.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you for a second, brother.
Oh, me.
Tell you something, boy.
Okay.
I know.
Oh, he took the glasses off.
I said this. We were in we were in a group chat. Yeah, today's Sunday. We were in group chat Friday.
Yes.
Talking about something completely different. I said, hey, yo, I'm not watching tonight because I got a show. No spoilers. Burns always respects it. Martin usually respects it. Martin's like, Chris respond, it's all good. Martin sends a joint like hours later. Can you believe we got a new WWE? You were trolling me. And I said, I'm going to wring his neck. I'm going to wring his neck because I'm sitting there like, God, what does he mean? And then I see the Zelina thing and I'm like, God. And then I see, it was something else that you said.
I said RKO or something like that. Or like Randy Orton, new champion, something like that. Yeah.
Bro, I could have.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I
It
could have
was
killed
hilarious.
you, bro. I was so. Because it'd be different if I didn't say, hey guys, no spoilers. I had said, don't say nothing. And you know why I say that? Because I like for everything to be fresh. Because then we'll run into, like I was saying yesterday. No, you want everything to be fresh.
Yeah. But,
Martin's an
yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
He is, man.
It was beautiful.
Jeez
I
Louise.
just wanted to troll you, man.
What's the next one?
Phoenix Robinson Wesley for $10. I can't decide who should win Money in the Bank on the men's side, but whoever wins, it should get the title. I don't want to see another failed cash, and that's Roxanne
True.
should win the women's. That
I agree.
I'm all the way with.
Yes.
Stop downgrading winning the thing.
Yeah, I give you that. Touche.
Because they used to even show the statistic about how you're more likely to win the title if you cash in, and now it's like no, the last few failed miserably.
Very.
Yeah. Tyrone Hanna with a 999 says Cena turns on Truth, but then Ron Killings returns. All right, man. If we're not gonna take this seriously,
yeah.
what are we? All right, what are we doing here, bro?
Oh boy. So should we? What's next on SmackDown?
So
It's
now-
Taz time.
Miz talks to Miz comes out, cuts
Oh,
that
yeah.
promo. Aleister Black comes
Whoa,
out. I love when Miz.
we forgot.
I'm
the
gonna get to that.
Okay.
I love when Miz is passionately complaining about something
Mhm.
because when he's on the mic, he's money, bro.
Yeah.
And speaking of money, Carmelo got that brand new Andre the Giant Battle Royal dope piece.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm
Yeah.
like, I would actually rock that.
That was a
Yeah.
good. I like that.
yeah.
Got that giant head on his chest. Yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong
All
with you?
right.
What?
Martin, you in the zone today.
You
bro.
are.
What are you
You a
talking
little
about?
happy, bro. You a little happy.
Yeah.
Got some lactose in your system, and now you feeling live, huh?
Oh, man. What
Yeah,
is
live
this?
action.
Man, this guy.
Uh-huh.
Get a load of this guy.
Come on.
Get a load of this guy.
Good
Get a
old-
load of this
Good
guy.
old bacon barn over here.
Son.
Now, let's talk about the Street Profits, bro.
Yes.
Street Profits,
Is up.
and they got
Got
the
the
smoke.
smoke.
Absolutely.
That was such an incredible match.
yeah.
To see Montez grab a prosthetic leg,
Dog.
Come on.
I said, when I saw him grab that fan's leg and it hit Gargano with it, I said, why is Triple H playing in these people's faces?
Yeah.
This man is a $1 billion check
Yeah.
waiting to be cashed. And I love that. First of all, Angelo Dawkins is a superstar. Angelo Dawkins right now
Yeah.
is completely different than the Angelo Dawkins we had 2 years ago.
Man.
Even they're both on such a great playing field that they have so much to offer, bro.
Dawkins, I'm gonna peel back the curtain a little bit.
Friend of
He
the show.
won me over
Yeah.
at the Netflix brunch.
Yeah.
Really?
This whole time I was like, this boy about to become Reverend Devon.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
No.
He about to become the Repo Man.
Yeah.
He about to become the other guy in the tag team.
Yeah.
So quick. But his personality at the Netflix brunch was like, oh no, he got like charisma.
Yes.
And he could talk.
We were talking. Oh, I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah.
So listen, ladies and gentlemen, I know y'all keep hearing me say we're going to tell the story of our Mania weekend on the patreon.com/Before the Bell podcast.
Yeah.
However, let me just drop some names of stories that you're going to hear
Yeah.
if you have not subscribed. Angelo Dawkins.
Yep.
LA Knight.
Yep.
Yep.
Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green.
Yes.
Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We gotta share that one.
Amos.
Omos.
Yeah.
Did you
Just
guys
to
talk
name a
Joe
few.
Hendry when I went into the roast?
Patreon.com/Before the Bell
Yeah.
podcast. Subscribe right now if you haven't already. So now when we get to this main event, yes, and even more about that Netflix brunch, which
Yeah.
is going to close it. We can't give that away right now. But Angelo's a star.
Yeah.
And I love that we were able to see his personality and now see him grow as a performer
Right.
because now we see what we hadn't seen before. At first we were like, oh, this. Now we like, yo, Angelo on the low, and this is why they're a tag team champions.
Mhm.
But I would like to see them both hold the U.S. championship and the Intercontinental Championship at the same time.
On the low should become Dawkins' catchphrase.
On the low.
First of all.
Yeah.
Secondly, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Dawkins absolutely shined in this match, but Tez showed whole naked ass.
Yes.
He diving, he flipping,
Everything.
he used a prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
Every style.
he was going crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely going crazy. I'd only seen that once before in ECW, somebody using a prosthetic leg.
Yes.
But just climbing the inside of the ladder
Yeah.
for that spot.
Never saw it.
Never seen that before.
Yeah.
And he's
Innovative.
tall. It's
Yeah.
not like Tez is
Yeah.
5'9".
100%.
This dude is like 6'5", 6'6".
Right.
This guy's a tall dude, man.
Come on.
Yeah. CT, I want to ask you this.
Yeah, let's go.
Did DIY and Motor City Machine Guns win you over in this match?
Let me say this.
Okay.
First of all, I want to thank DIY and I want to thank Motor City Machine Guns for giving my guys a great match.
This guy.
That's what I want to say.
This freaking dude.
These guys delivered because they were great teammates for this kind of match.
Mhm.
However, I've never taken away from DIY's abilities.
Yeah.
I've never taken away from Motor Machine Guns' abilities.
Mhm.
I always talked about pop.
Well, it's again, they've never been given a platform on the main roster, in my opinion, to say who these guys are as individuals. They don't talk. They don't get mic time.
Motor City Machine Guns?
Either team.
DIY's got a lot of camera time.
Camera time, sure, but how many promos do you remember them really cutting in?
At
That's a fair
least
point.
50.
Well, but it all backstage, which
it's
I
backstage
think that
vignettes.
hurts it. Yeah.
They don't go to address the crowd and like try to get over for real.
Okay.
Real.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like the Profits at least get to do. They have a catchphrase for God's sakes. The Profits is up. We want smoke.
We
What
want
does
the
what does
smoke.
DIY have?
Do it yourself.
Yeah, which they don't say ever.
No.
They
You know
got
what I mean?
something else. They got Ciampa cutting his beard off, looking like he shouldn't be around children.
Well, they messed. He addressed that on Instagram.
He fell
yeah,
and he messed up his chin. We had to like shave it to get the stitches in his chin.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
it wasn't a choice.
I was like, hey, yo,
definitely wasn't a choice.
I was uncomfortable.
But I mean, look, all in all, to say, everyone sees it.
Yes.
Everyone knows it. It's time to elevate Tez.
Yes.
For sure. However, don't get ahead of yourselves, for goodness sakes. Like, he doesn't need to be the world champion within
U.S.
the
champion
next
for
year.
sure.
Yeah,
He should be the one to take it off Jacob.
U.S. title run, Intercontinental title run, something like that. Let's build up to it the way that we used to. You know what I mean? Everybody gets like a moment of shine, and the whole fandom is like, get him to the world title.
Because you're thinking like we're just talking about this match. We're not. We're talking about what we saw even before he was in the Elimination Chamber 3 years ago.
For sure. And that's why you give him a mid-card title. Because I'm looking at the big picture.
Yeah.
Again, you talk about Sheamus getting left off of WrestleMania. We're talking about Chelsea got left off. We're talking about Nia got left off.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
Profits.
KO is hurt, but he's
Jimmy Uso,
not there. You know what I'm saying? Big Jim, not there.
Not the little
Solo
one.
Sikoa, not on the card. It's like, there's a lot happening up top. You know what I mean? And as much as we love Tez, I don't know if a Kofi Mania moment is going to happen for him in the next 365 when they got to tell this Cena story, this Roman story, this Rollins story, this, you know what I mean?
The crowd
Cody
will
story.
tell. And the crowd will tell
Perhaps.
because when you are cooking,
Yeah.
they got to push you.
For
or if
sure.
you're flailing, they got to cut you. So just like they thought Charlotte was going to be an end-all be-all for WrestleMania,
Yeah.
they found out by listening to the crowd, which Charlotte just said she's going to introduce more of Ashley because she even recognizes that the Charlotte character isn't relatable.
Yeah.
And that's-
She was doing vignettes on a yacht
Yeah.
as a like baby face is like
Crazy.
nah, man. Yeah.
Totally. But see,
Even Roman didn't do his promo on the yacht.
Yeah.
Right.
He was on the dock next to the yacht.
absolutely. But
Yeah.
that, to me, that's a fail of creative, not that Charlotte character.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Ric Flair was on his way onto a PJ
Yeah.
more often than not, getting out of a limousine.
But he was a
It was
heel
live.
doing that.
100%. But even when
Yeah.
he's babyface.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't all of a sudden lose all his money when he was a babyface. Yeah, he wasn't broke Flair when he was a good guy.
That would have been something though.
Yeah. But it's like, you can tell compelling stories. I mean, Batman is a billionaire. We root for him, right? So you could tell
Yeah.
compelling stories with somebody with money and affluence and blah, blah, blah. But they give us the same thing for Charlotte all the time. She's the best. She has the money. She's Ric Flair's daughter. She's blah, 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 blah. We get it.
Did you hear him say
Give me something new.
affluence?
No,
Just wanted to hear if you caught it.
Yeah,
okay.
affluence.
It's education right
Come
there,
on,
boy.
bro.
Yeah,
710
man.
verbal, bro.
Whew. All right, let's read these super chats and then we got to get to these stories, man.
Absolutely.
Because we about to run through these. I cannot wait to finish these stories up because I've been waiting all week to tell y'all.
Absolutely.
Main event, Oos. Oh,
Yeah.
$9.99. Truth Cena is going to be like Truth and Judgment Day. I don't doubt it. It
Yeah.
could be something.
I think it might be worse. I think Cena's gonna destroy him the likes we've never seen.
Absolutely.
Domingo
Domingo Trip
Trip.
for $19.99.
Yeah, man.
Okay, my epiphany is not going to be Tez, it's going to be Dawkins. I realized how big he was, and he was the workhorse. He goes Seth Rollins, and either Paul Heyman or Big E will manage him. The IC title was won in Rio.
That's
Rio,
right. Rio,
that's
my
right,
bad.
that's
Rio
right.
de Janeiro.
I
Yeah,
love
my fault.
that. I love that.
So it was Brazil.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, so
man.
it was Brazil.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
Hey,
Johnson, $49.99. Extend the clip.
Crack. Says, what's good, bell ringers? My guys, much love and glad y'all had a great time at Mania weekend. Karrion Kross is a star that deserves more, and I'm glad others are seeing it. Justice for Bianca for real. Tez is a future champion of any belt.
Oh,
Well said, Stace.
Very well.
And
said.
I will agree with that Karrion Kross thing.
Come
Karrion
on.
Kross cut that promo, and it finally got him what he'd been missing. The pop.
It finally clicking.
Yep.
It's finally clicking. Tyrone Handon, $9.99.
Yeah.
Why Ciampa looked like Gargamel from the Spurs without the
Gargamel.
Gargamel. But he gave him a nickname. But no, you're right. Absolutely. Main
Oof.
event,
Oh, oof.
99
Yeah.
once again. I think a lot of these other talents, Profits, Mello, etc., they're pushing the next 2 years. After all these older guys finalize this year or two and retire, Cena, Orton, etc. Absolutely, like
Yeah.
they gotta. There's There's so much gas left in the tank
Yeah.
on a Punk, a Roman, a Rollins, not Cena. You know, it's like
Randy
gotta
got a
give it
new
time.
body. Randy got
You know
a
what I'm
brand new
saying?
body,
Yeah.
boy. He looks completely different than he
Yeah.
ever did. He looks like a WWE champion.
Yeah.
What? He's a big meaty man who want to slap some meat. That man, he's huge. Keep going. King 316, $10.
Yeah.
Says Charlotte absolutely needed a WWF Desire video showing her road to
Yeah.
recovery, as well as the woman behind the queen. Much love to the pod. Yeah, that would have helped her out a lot more.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
And thank you for that.
Absolutely. Well, guys, listen.
Yeah.
I know that we're going overtime, but that's okay. Yeah, it's okay, Mark. It's gonna be all right. So, people get mad at me
Uh-huh.
when I don't do this
Okay.
because they miss it. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Just like Cody Rhodes, you go away for a while. How can they miss you if you don't go?
If you don't go.
You know what I mean? Because I think we talked a lot about what happened at Mania.
Yeah.
What happened on the card.
Yeah.
Rough drafts of Mania.
Mhm.
Things that might have happened, didn't happen, could have happened, should have happened, perhaps.
Mhm.
So I think it's time for the segment that's sweeping the nation.
Where is my broom?
It's right
It's
here.
right
brother.
there.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
I'm glad that you asked.
And my dustpan.
Give him his dustpan.
Thank you.
I have a special one today.
Okay.
Ooh.
Because, guys, it's time for Chris's lists.
You just made the list.
Thank you so much. Guys, I talked to you about this, and I thought it would be fun because we sometimes predict what we think is going to happen in the next year, the next month, the next week, the next whatever. Yeah, I see it. And then all that. But we are a year away
Yeah.
from WrestleMania 42.
Yes.
I thought it'd be a lot of fun if we right now
Uh-huh.
said what we would book for WrestleMania 42.
Okay.
1 year from now, New Orleans, Louisiana. What would our cards look like if we had to choose right now what WrestleMania next year looks like? But before we get to that,
Uh-huh.
we have a super chat for $99.99.
Oh my!
Main event Uso.
Whoa!
My brother,
Yes.
for the cause, get that Mania money back. We appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
And it's because of stuff like that we gotta cook. We absolutely have to
Got
cook.
the
Gotta
apron.
Come on now. Give me your WrestleMania night one. WrestleMania 42, night one. Should we go night one and then go to night two, or should we give both?
I think give both because we're running out of time.
I got you. Martin, give me your night one, night two, WrestleMania 42.
All right, my opening match is Rhea Ripley versus Mariah May.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, you pulled out of my bag a little bit, but that's okay. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's good.
Street Profits versus Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams with The Miz for the SmackDown Tag Titles.
All right.
Bronson Reed versus Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu versus Jeff Cobb.
You had to think it's written down.
He just on his phone as a prop.
No, it's
yeah.
Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn.
Okay.
Chad Gable versus Cody Rhodes.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
My main event for night one is Roman Reigns versus The Rock.
Okay.
All right.
I smell you.
Night two, Becky Lynch versus Bayley.
Okay.
Bianca Belair, Naomi, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson versus Asuka, Io, Julia, and Kairi Sane.
Okay.
Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Rusev versus Braun Strowman.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
The New Day versus the Lucha Bros versus Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa for the Raw Tag Team
You
titles.
bringing Bachelor in for the GOD.
Gotta have big body.
Gotta have.
Gotta have-
Not the little
not the
one.
little one. I've already said Karrion Kross versus Aleister Black.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, Karrion Kross. Then I'll be on my night two. And then my main event for night two of WrestleMania 42 in his last match ever, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk.
I knew you were gonna do this. I knew he was gonna bring Steve Austin out.
You gotta do it.
If he could drive an ATV, he can work, brother.
Maybe so. You talking about a year removed from right now. You know what I'm saying? He moved with that, that old dancer walk. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Old dancer walk.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
CT, hit me.
Yep. Oh man. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. So night one, my main event
Okay.
is Cody versus The Rock.
All right.
Cody versus The Rock, WrestleMania. Night one. Night two, my main event is definitely going to be, I say Bianca and Jade.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Is
Okay.
your
Support our
night
Black
two
Queens.
main event?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
So title matches only. Intercontinental Championship, I want to see Montez Ford versus Angelo Dawkins. U.S. Championship, I'm merging my nights together, obviously.
Yeah.
U.S. Championship, I would like to see Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams.
Okay.
Women's U.S.
It's about to be a
Championship.
black ass WrestleMania.
Yeah. It's in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's true.
Women's U.S. Championship, I think I would like to see Roxanne Perez versus Raquel Rodriguez.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
We never can tell where they
I know.
The Great Khali makes a return.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's just fresh in my mind.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I got you. So I feel like I cooked on this. All right. And there's storyline reasons for all these.
Mhm.
So night 1, women's intercontinental title ladder match.
Ooh.
Asuka versus Dakota Kai versus Bailey
Whoa.
versus Io Sky. Damage control all in one match
Oh.
for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Women's world title match. Enough of the BS. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair.
She's going to get booed out of the building.
Don't matter. At this point, she's healed and she's with the Street Profits.
I love it.
WWE world title match. Main event Jey Uso versus his best friend and Royal Rumble winner, Sami Zayn.
Wait, you're gonna have Jey Uso hold the world title for a year?
Let's go.
He's
Yeet
on.
all year long.
He's having Sammy win the Royal Rumble.
Yeet
I like
all
that,
year
though.
long.
Yeah.
Loser leaves WWE match.
Ooh,
Randy Orton versus Logan Paul.
son.
Come on, brother.
Wow.
WWE Tag Team Unification title match.
It needs to happen.
The New Day
Mhm.
versus the heel Street Profits.
I love it.
So
Come on.
you turn New Day babyface again.
That's right.
Okay.
WWE US title match. Carmelo Hayes versus Joe Hendry versus Chad Gable versus Aleister Black versus Rusev. Let's go crazy in a 6-man match.
All right.
Main event night 1. CT, you and I are in simpatico here, brother.
Mhm.
Cody Rhodes versus The Rock.
I love it.
The Rock's got to get put down before Cody can get his title.
Facts.
You got to get him out of here.
Yeah.
Got to get him out of here.
Got to get him out of here.
Night 2. The Lucha Brothers.
Yep.
Versus a now babyface Dominic Mysterio with his father Rey Mysterio. Los Mysterios versus the Lucha Brothers.
Ooh, I love that.
WWE Women's Title match. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill versus Jordan Grace.
Oh, okay.
Jordan Grace sides with Charlotte. Mariah May does a run-in. They form a new 4 horsewomen. Mariah May, Charlotte, Jordan Grace, and Nia Jax.
Okay.
Gunther versus Jacob Fatu.
Ooh.
Versus
that's
Obafemi.
Oh,
Big
okay.
meaty men.
Slapping
Slapping
meat.
meat.
It's a meat
in a
match right
3-way.
there.
Respect. And pause.
WWE Women's Tag Team title match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Alexa Bliss and her best friend from the Wyatt Six, Nikki Cross.
All right.
Why hasn't Alexa returned yet? It's after
I don't-
Mania.
I thought
almost
for sure it
time.
was gonna happen on Friday.
Women's grudge match based out of this whole Seth Rollins thing and Becky turning heel. Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee.
Ooh.
1-on-1.
Now that's money.
Come on.
I like that.
Braun Breaker
Yep.
in a 1-on-1 match versus Seth Rollins.
Who's the babyface?
That's definitely happening.
Absolutely.
Who's babyface?
Yeah, in that one.
Brian.
Braun, because he's
Okay.
going to break away from the Heyman stable.
Yeah, we all see that coming.
WWE Championship match. Roman Reigns, who has recaptured the WWE title, versus the winner of the Elimination Chamber, CM Punk. This has all been about Roman and CM Punk. Now they got to coexist. They got to deal with all this other shit because we're going to a collision course for the world title main event, night 2 WrestleMania.
I say where you put the apron on.
Did I cook?
You cooked, man.
You cooked,
the
man.
food's ready. What's coming up for you, Mighty Morrow?
Hey, this Thursday, 9:30 p.m., Dallas Comedy Club in Dallas, Texas. Please get those tickets now. It's on my Instagram at Martin M. Morrow. Let's sell that. Let's sell that bad boy out. Can you guys do that for me? If you got friends in Dallas, tell them. If you got enemies in Dallas, tell them. Well, let's sell it out Thursday, 9:30.
Bring your dustpans to Dallas, y'all.
Man,
Yeah.
That's bad. What so we're not Sunday, you be gone.
Yeah, I'm going Sunday
Right. So we're doing the show that Monday. Or Tuesday.
or Tuesday.
something.
I thought we said.
Well, we're doing another episode before then. this week.
I feel like we'll figure this out.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
mean, we
we'll
still have to. We got to tell them
Yeah.
because we
We
don't
will.
want to. All right,
will.
bet.
We won't be here Sunday is basically what we're saying.
Right.
But we'll have a show that week. We'll figure it out.
Follow
Yeah.
us on Instagram to find out when it's happening.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Burns, what's coming up for you, man?
Oh man, just hit me, man. Chris _ please. The.Darkatech. I always got what I got coming up.
I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, few things. I will be in Vegas this Friday and Saturday, or Thursday and Friday with Matt Rife. This Saturday and Sunday, I'll be in Denver with Matt Rife. And then my special is recording May 9th on my birthday. If you are in LA or the LA area, or if you got the flight hookup, come to LA for the tapings. Reserve your tickets. The tickets are free. I'm doing 2 shows, 3 and 6:30, produced by my good buddy Afion Crockett for believing in your boy. And let me tell you something. I'm already in a pair of jeans that I could not fit into a month ago. So wait till you see the jeans
Oh boy,
that I'm in for my
boy.
birthday taping.
They're going to be
It's
leather.
coming.
I'm about to say you
You
want to see
know?
this boy religion.
It's about to be a good time. So,
Talking about true religions.
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen, go to the Patreon because that's where we're going right now for the after show. We get a chance to finish this WrestleMania weekend story that I cannot wait to let you guys in on. Before the Bell, patreon.com/before the bell. Also, you see this merch? Make sure you guys continue to buy the shirts that are in our bio. Support the cause, man. We have these designs for y'all, and we're releasing 3 new designs for the people. So get them immediately. Take a picture with them when you get them in the mail, and we will add them to our stories. You know what? Forget that. We're going to add them to the main page because anybody who supports us, we're supporting you back, and we thank you because we're so grateful, guys. Before the Bell, we out.
Peace.
Laid out for the count. 1, 2, 3. Before the Bell podcast.